I'm always like, hey, I'm glad we got that. It's a good photo.
Close up. Yeah.
Yeah,
Same.
not bad. Ooh, that's sick.
Over.
Whoa, that would have been a good thumbnail, actually.
Yeah.
Next one. All right, guys. So, damn, what a view. We paid 15 bucks to be up here to get away from all the brokies. I'll show you where the brokies are. Here are all the brokies. Sorry, guys. It's so funny. It's a beautiful, man. Look at this scene. How can you not be happy here? This is insane. I hope the audio is good, guys. Hope the audio is good. Joke's on me if the audio isn't good. I'm the brokey who can't afford a good mic. Now, today we're talking about why traveling too much is super overrated. Now, to the average person who doesn't travel, bro, go travel. You're gonna love it, right? Yeah. But we're talking about making traveling your life and traveling for more than like 2, 3, 4 months, or being like a digital nomad where you change places every single week or month. And you were saying something earlier where you said that it's just a little bit, I want to make sure these mics are on, just a little bit, what'd you say, draining or?
I just feel like, well, it's probably important to mention the context, because obviously if you're traveling for work or, you know, a reason, and it's different, but if you're just constantly having holidays, I feel like it can get to the point where you're losing momentum in whatever you're doing. Like you start saving money, you start working on your career, you start building a relationship, and then you start traveling, and then you have to reset everything again. My experience has been with like business, money, and health as well. Health, like I can eat so healthy when I'm back home. I don't know if you guys have experienced that, because I'm cooking all the time, I'm doing it, and then when I travel I'm like, let me eat a little croissant and like do all this shit.
It almost feels like you're on vacation when you're out of your own home country and you're moving around, but when you're on vacation for a whole year, that's when it's destructive and not actually rejuvenating or good. Yeah, because even in Bali I gained weight. I'm just always going out to eat, and yeah, it's I feel like another thing, as a side tangent, people in Bali, do you feel like that people in Bali are kind of in that mindset where they're always wanting to travel and have fun, and they're like escaping like a normal routine, a normal life that's maybe a little bit boring but more fulfilling and healthy?
Yeah.
And Bali is like filled with people who are just like in that mindset, like I just want life to be forever fun and forever a vacation.
Yeah. I feel like when I first got to Bali, because I spent a year in Bali, that's actually how we met, if you didn't know. And romantically with the sun setting. This is ironic. Oh, there's a little balloon there. Anyway, but yeah, so after like it took me like a year of doing that to realize that I was kind of just doing it for the dopamine, doing it for pleasure. Every day would be like going to a restaurant and having some food, or, you know, just going and do some fun shit, or shisha. And on the outside, obviously that sounds great to like to most people, doesn't it? But I think it doesn't give you the purpose that you might be looking for. It wasn't doing that for me, and I feel like the more I was just spending time having fun, the more I was avoiding doing the important stuff. I had a good opportunity to make money, and then I'd leave it and come and just have fun.
It would almost kill your momentum rather than build momentum.
Yeah.
I think for someone who's been stuck in a routine for too long, traveling would actually help them build momentum, because they're stuck with the same thought patterns. But my problem now is I want to get out of this broke backpacker phase. And I think I've already mostly got out of it, but I don't want to be the guy who is no home base, no stable friends, no stable routine, so my health gets out of order, no stable relationships, and no stable money, which it is fairly stable, but I think it's only stable because I've recently, almost last year, I've been pretty rooted. Like Budapest, Bali, that's it for the last year. And even then, uprooting twice is already a lot. Like Budapest, uprooting, Bali, uprooting, back to Budapest, uprooting it, and then back to Bali, and then just uprooting. I'm like, you know what? I need to just pick a base camp. I need a base camp. I need somewhere I come back to consistently, and that's where I have my closest connections. That's where I have people like you I can hang out with, and people where I'm just my homies, my friends, and my tribe. And it's not just a bunch of traveling hippies
Yeah.
or traveling spiritual people or a bunch of fucking influencers in a random island where, yeah, they're. Honestly, it was cool for networking. I learned a lot the first few times I went to Bali, but yeah, now I'm like craving that as well.
Yeah.
That stability.
I fully agree, man. What would you say is like a good amount of time to allow yourself to really like build momentum in something in one location, like before going and traveling and breaking that momentum? For example, if you're working on your business, which your business I guess you can do anywhere, but let's say you pick up base, you have a business, and you're doing really well from being in this location, how much time would you give yourself, or how much time is sufficient, basically?
Great question. That's why I love doing these lives with you. So, when I was in Fayetteville, I started doing YouTube and it worked, and then in 2 months after it worked, which it took about 2 or 3 months to pop off the ground, or 4 months, I left my routine, I left my stable income, and I started traveling, and it really fucked up my momentum. It was doing super well. I wish I would have milked that for at least another 3 months. So I would say about 6 to 10 months, something along that range. I think that would have been ideal for me when I first popped off. And then from there, travel and get some new experiences, and then root down again. And I think when you're rooted down somewhere and you spend like 2 or 3 months in one place, and then you travel for a month or two, but then you come back to that place, I think that's ideal.
Yeah.
I think maybe 3 or 4 month sprints is good. Honestly, bro, it takes this. I noticed this with me in Bali, in Budapest, and in Fayetteville where I was living. It took about 3 months. Every time I move to a new place, it takes about 3 months to find my routine. Even just here, I've been here for 4 months. I just now found like the gym I really like. I found the park that I really like to go boxing at. I'm just now, actually, I don't have that many, like besides Enrique, I don't have that many like really good friends here, to be honest. The dating life is off the charts here. That's actually why I'm considering somewhere else as a home base, because I feel like this is super good for game, but then there's no, like, it's kind of everything Budapest lacks, Bali has. Everything Bali lacks, I feel like Budapest has. Like, there's no, like, really motivated people here.
Yeah.
I don't know anyone. Maybe, like, a few, but, what was that? What was the question?
How much time is sufficient?
Yeah, 3 months to start a routine. And then you don't want to uproot. This is what I do every fucking time. Honestly, Bali, 6 months was pretty good.
Yeah.
With the first 3 months, found the routine, got the place situated, lived there for about 3 months. That was pretty ideal. But I honestly probably could have even spent more time in Bali. Like, I just started getting the social circle ready. I think the main thing is just having a home base.
Yeah.
Like, not uprooting life every 6 months even. Just finding a place that really works for you and setting up shop there, having your social circle, having your spots, and investing into that place and saying, this is where I'm going to live for the next few years. Like, I would say I want to start thinking in the like 3 to 6 year journey rather than 3 to 6 month journey, and saying, okay, and I'm trying to figure out where that is for me right now, to be honest. I don't know if it's Budapest, although the dating life is here is the best. It's amazing. Yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, man.
Well, bro, I think you've hit the nail on the head with that one, because when you were saying that, I just thought, like, even being back in England, even though it's like where I'm from and my hometown, I would like not really go 3 to 6 months, more than 3 to 6 months without going on holiday, without traveling, when I was even living there before I moved to Bali. So I never really found, like, obviously I have friends from before, but just in general, I just never really became like grounded. And I never really gave myself that much time. And I had a mentor once who told me 9 months is the same amount of time to like make a baby, and it's the same amount of time to basically give birth to anything that you wanted to do, basically, like successfully. It's true. And I was like, I have never given myself 9 months without traveling or going on holiday and taking a break. And maybe that's what it is. Like, maybe that's why I'm not where exactly that I want to be, because I haven't given myself 9 months or 12 months and just locked in. The time that I haven't gone more than 6 months without traveling in the last like 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Damn.
And that's
crazy.
6 months was the longest time. And when I was going on the holiday, I was like going to the airport, I was like, damn, like I'm actually kind of like gutted that I'm going, because I'm locked in. I'm making progress. My bank's going up. Like my progress with connections, like everything was going up. And then as soon as I went on holiday, just kind of reset when I come back, because you go into this different identity man. Do you know what I mean?
100%. Like back in, let's say Bali in the summer, I had to leave to fulfill boot camps, but you know, you have your friend group, you have your spot to shoot, you're going out consistently, showing up every day, you're filming, you're basically repeating the same boring things every day that get a really fantastic result. Same thing with Arkansas, you're showing up every day, doing the same form of content, working the same job, milking the same amount of money, going to the same gym, getting all the health results, business results, relationship connections, and you're just building it all up slowly, even though it's kind of boring, but you're building it all up, doing the same thing over and over. And I think we get bored of that, right? We get bored of doing the same thing over and over. But I love that 9 months, like if you would stick it out 9 months somewhere, you would like thrive.
Change your life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah,
that's fucking facts, dude.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So yeah, you've been traveling for the last 10 years.
Basically, yeah. Like I can't remember the last time when I went so like more than 6 months without going to a different country or going on holiday, except maybe COVID.
Yeah.
But even then, as soon as I was in COVID and I went to Croatia.
Basically, when you're in good momentum in a place, don't take that for granted. Like milk it. Like milk it. Go hard. Make as much money as you can in that thing, or like when you're in momentum and you have your routine and you're showing up, traveling 100% will just fucking throw all that away really quick. I noticed that. So yeah, it's almost like starting over. It's disruptive. And if you're really sick of you're like truly sick of it, and you're not gaining much out of it anymore, then it's good to travel. Yeah.
Yeah, I almost think that like maybe that's the cheat code, and because we live in like this area of social media and quick instant dopamine, maybe we're like thinking we should be getting results quicker, but actually maybe the truth is in the longevity, and like 9 months to 12 months, no one's really doing anything for that long, because everyone wants to feel good before that, and including me. And so maybe that's something, I think that's something I'm going to try from now. Give myself at least like 7, 8 months, 9 months before going on another holiday or traveling.
Do you ever feel like, and this is a question for you too, Enrique, do you ever feel like you meet people who are traveling and you can tell they're just like really lost in life? They have no idea what they're doing, but they're just like traveling as a cope.
Bali. Yeah.
Bali. That's Bali, right?
Yeah. Even me, I guess. Even
yeah,
me.
same. I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not even inspired anymore. They're just like, well, just gotta just bounce around, you know, then from one stimulus to the next, you know.
Yeah. No, 100%. And I think that's dangerous, man.
Yeah.
I think it's more dangerous than we let ourselves think. Especially if you have goals. If you don't give a fuck. Sorry to swear. If you don't care about your like where your life is going, you're not ambitious. Sorry, bro, I should grab that. If you're not really that bothered, then it doesn't matter. But I think if you really have something that you're set on, and then you're just living life like that, you're living like two different polarities, really. One side of your life, you're not making any progress and you're happy to be like free and whatever, and then the other side is you really want to achieve something, but you're not going to achieve it because you're living your life like that. So yeah, I agree. Yeah. What do you think, Enrique?
Actually, I have a story of that. Like,
Yeah.
I was in a hostel, and I was talking to these girls and guys, and I talked to this girl, and I was like, I'm tired of New Zealand. I want to leave now, and I don't remember what. Like I was talking to her, and at some point I was like, I'm tired of traveling and stuff like that. And she was like, so you came to New Zealand and now you're tired of traveling. And when I came to New Zealand, I was like, I want to discover like some cool stuff and cool shit. And then I got bored of that. So after like 1 month of just traveling in your van, or like 1 month and a half, you're like, I have time for myself. I can do whatever I want, but I got tired of this shit, and I need a fucking purpose now. I'm like, I'm tired of like running around and be like this guy of like, what do you do? And I'm like, I'm just traveling. I need to have like something to do
And like if that
to work on.
Like if that truly was your purpose, that'd be cool though, right? If you were like, my purpose now is to just travel and see the world.
Yeah, but
that'd be like
got rid of that. Like, at some point you're like,
just like, what's next, right? Like I feel like as humans, maybe we need more of a challenge. Because when I first traveled, it was scary. It was out of my comfort zone in every way, because you're like fucking up your routine and all of that. and you have to meet new people, and it gets you out of your comfort zone. Now travel's not. It's just booking a flight. That's it. It's like, it's literally just booking a flight. I remember the last time I went to Bali, I was like 0% even excited. Just like, oh, back to Bali. It was nice to have the good weather and the nice gyms and all that, but yeah, it's like it's not like a new experience. It's not like a quest or a hero's journey anymore.
You're not excited to travel anymore. Like,
Yeah.
if I'm going to Prague, I'm like, yeah, I'm going to Prague, but I'm not like, oh, it's gonna be so fucking cool. Wow, damn. I'm like, yeah, it's gonna be another city, we're gonna go out and talk to some girls, and same shit.
I have a question for you guys. Do you think that if you stopped like traveling, do you feel like you'd have to fill that void with something else?
Yeah, for me, it's business stuff. Yeah, that's where most of my mind goes. Like I could touch down to any city, and it doesn't matter unless it's South America. I'm actually curious about South America. Any city in Europe, at least, I'll touch down and I'll feel like pretty much nothing, and just want to make videos and work on the business. That's just all I'm thinking about. So yeah.
I mean, if you settle somewhere, you probably gonna have your routine of like maybe learning a skill or some shit. Like if you're traveling, you're just exploring the places, but you're not learning like a skill or anything, honestly. Yeah, I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but I'm like, if I'm like staying for a year in a city, I'm gonna maybe go to some dance classes, like something interesting to learn, and you can like go to the same thing every week and learn something. But
it's also
like,
it's more efficient that way. Like being able to build, like go to dance classes, build social connections. You can, if you're in the right city. I think the only city that I've lived in that I felt like kind of checked off all the boxes for me was actually Orlando, Florida. Yeah, dude. I had the social circle. I could, if I wasn't in a relationship, actually I did practice game before I got into a relationship there. There was tons of things to do. You could travel around Florida, or you could travel around the US but just go back to Florida. And it had the dating life I wanted. It had like really cool people, motivated people. Honestly, even thinking about it, I'm like, you know what? Florida could be a good base. It could be a decent base. I think just having that base, having that foundation where you can build upon, it just makes sense. It's like that's the difference between a broke backpacker and someone who travels because he can, but goes back to his foundation, recharges, and he's just way more powerful than the broke backpacker who has to bounce from hostel to hostel to Airbnb, living out of a suitcase. It's just not ideal. If you're like, if you can't afford to have your own home somewhere, then just make more money and travel a little bit, but just mostly just focus on the money. And I think the only time to travel though, really, reasonably, is when you're young. When you're young, fuck it. Like when you're young, take advantage of it. Yeah, you can do the broke backpacker phase. Why not? But as you get older, like me and you, like I'm about to be 29, you're 34?
25.
You're 25, right? So, yeah, guys, by the way, any questions at all, feel free to ask. Otherwise, check out the views, guys. We're in like...
Travelers.
You know what?
A hater.
If you asked me this 5 years ago, I would have been like, travel. It's the best thing you could possibly do in your life. And I was 24 at the time. And at that time, I had already traveled all around, lived in Hawaii, did everything. When I was like 21, I was afraid to travel. I was afraid to live somewhere else. And I did it. And it was a huge deal. Like everyone's like, damn, you just moved to Florida? Like no connections, you just did it? And it was a big deal. Now I'm like, it's not a big deal. Like just move, do it, you know?
Is it safe to say then, for all of us, that routine and habit is more important than novelty and fun?
I think when you're, at the phase we're in, I think that's why we feel that way, right?
Yeah.
I think that's been my life a lot recently. I used to be super focused on novelty and fun, and then now I'm more focused on routine and deeper connections. And I think that's why Bali turned me off towards the end so much as well. I think that's why Bali lost its magic for me.
Maybe.
Because now Bali is like a island full of like novelty-driven, fun-driven people. And once you're done with that phase, you're like, it doesn't even resonate with you anymore. That's how I felt at the end, at least. And and I see people who live in Bali long term, and I don't think they really, the ones who are like, I don't know, I don't envy their life. Like it doesn't seem like they're that fulfilled, right?
Not after living there. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, but before you'd look and be like, oh,
Yeah.
like, yeah, I agree.
And it's funny because people who had just arrived to Bali, they'd all be like, whoa, you live here.
Yeah.
You'd be like,
Yeah.
It's like-
Let me tell you something.
man, I'm sick of this place.
Let me tell you something about. Yeah.
Zatino says, how about traveling to lock in on work digitally? I think it's amazing for a period if you are truly locking in on work and you're living in a place like Bali and you're taking advantage of the networking. And the problem is, what happens is there's too many distractions, but you end up living in so many different places at once. So it's like, okay, I'll do Bali for 6 months, then I'll do Thailand for 6 months, then I'll do Philippines for 6 months, and then I'll go back to Europe, then back to Bali. You don't have a home base. And you end up realizing that every single time you move, you're starting from scratch again. You're building a new routine. You're finding a new tribe of people to hang out with. You're figuring like everything you start from scratch. Now, the cool thing about working digitally is you can do that and you can experience these new places and these new experiences, but it gets old after a while. What I think is more wise is find somewhere you really want to root down, like 3 to 5 to maybe even 10 years. And then you consider that to be your home base. That's where you date seriously. That's where you have a really good tribe of friends. Choose a city where you actually think you can make great friendships, which is what I want to do. And then from there, if you ever want to take a quick mini vacation for a month somewhere, you just do it. You send it. You make a lot of money in the process. You work it while you're traveling, and then you come back to your home base and you recharge. And you don't just perpetually stay in travel mode, which is what happens to so many people and they burn out, which is what happened to me. Well, it's what happened to you, I'm guessing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I think it's important to say, like, it depends on why you're traveling as well.
Yeah.
If you're just traveling just to have fun and just to like escape,
Old fast.
it gets old fast. Like we both, maybe Bali did that to us, man. Like you just said, like I think maybe like because we spent a lot of time there, not shitting on Bali at all. My favorite place in the world, probably. Yeah, the actual country, like the actual island, is amazing. The people are amazing, everything. But because there's so much to do, so much fun, so much time, like of your time can go on just living the life. I feel like you end up coming away a bit unfulfilled, basically. I think that's what you were trying to say as well.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it for work, or you need to like live somewhere cheaper to lock in, or whatever your goals are, I think obviously you should probably do it. You should probably judge it from that perspective, because if you're digitally working, you're making money, but you want to live in a place that's like cheaper to save the money, then obviously that's a no-brainer. But yeah, I think definitely at this stage where we are, it's more important to lock in and try and just lock in as long as possible.
Yeah. That's where we're at right now, boys. How old are you guys, by the way? O'Shea, Duke, you asked the best areas where it's good visa policies for U.S. passport. Honestly, Europe's pretty easy. Hungary, you can stay for 6 months. South America, I think it's 6 months as well in most countries. Everywhere in Asia is pretty damn good. Everywhere, bro. We got kind of that golden ticket there. You're in good hands, I think.
I have a question, sorry.
Yeah, go for it.
So obviously we're talking about like routine and like putting the roots down somewhere. The same thing probably, you tell me what your thoughts are on this. Same thing probably applies to growing your skills in approaching, dating, because you have to put the reps in, you have to continue doing something day in, day out to get better at it, right? It's the same kind of principle on a micro level, or on a macro level.
What was the question, sorry?
So with putting your roots somewhere and doing a routine and having habits and not just chasing the dopamine, the same way you would grow at approaching and dating in your dating skills, the same thing can be applied, right?
Yeah.
Because you're
building your routine.
Yeah, because you have to keep doing the same thing over and over again to get better at it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
I think traveling could be actually kind of good for your approaching.
Yeah.
Because it forces you out of your comfort zone.
Okay.
And you have to talk to like so many people. But I got burnt out on it because you're not building any long-term connections. But wherever you go, you have to show up and approach consistently. But I remember the last 6 months I was in Bali, it was, bro, I'd meet a girl, she's gone the next day. I literally, I pulled like 13, 14, whatever amount of times. By the end of me being there, none of them were in Bali anymore.
Yeah.
And there are a few people that I liked that were living there, but it's like they're so entrenched, or they're so with their clique and their tribe. It's like you would really have to, it's hard, it was just not practical, so.
It's all rainbows and fairies.
Yeah, man.
Like when you're traveling, it's easier to build your new personality. Like
Yeah.
you get rid of the habits you had with your old friends and stuff like that.
That's
So you
true.
have to build your own
That's true.
thing.
Yeah, you can kind of like reinvent yourself a bit, right? I've definitely felt that when I first started. Honestly, guys, if you haven't traveled before, like definitely do it. Live abroad, do some cool shit, backpack.
If you're like with your old friends and you start approaching in front of them, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck are you doing? Like you're not this guy."
Yeah.
And if you're doing that somewhere else, the people you know there, they only know you for you approaching. So they're gonna be like, "Oh, this guy is just the guy approaching.
Yeah.
You're not the old guy, like shy guy, and like, oh, you're approaching now." It's like, yeah, they're not treating you the same way.
You can change your identity wherever you go, for sure. I remember, bro, I used to, like 5-6 years ago, I was actually creating videos. I made a video with the exact opposite of this.
Yeah.
Like, travel is the best thing you could do in the world. Like, there is an argument for that. It's just when you overdo it and you try to live in that forever. It doesn't last forever. And don't try to chase that feeling forever, because it dissolves. And you're almost like a drug addict trying to like chase some novelty. And then, bro, my dad literally did that.
Yeah.
Bro, he's now rooted in Kazakhstan for like, it's been like 3 or 4 years. That's the longest he's stayed in a place in like 25 years.
Wow.
Yeah, his home base now is in Kazakhstan. He's been uprooting his life for like almost 30 years. And he's miserable. And he's just like, he literally has a joke. He knows it now. He says, yeah, oh, I got to a new place. I'll be on the phone with him. He's like, yeah, I've been in this new place. Yeah, I love it now. It's really fun. But I know in 3 months I'm not going to like it anymore. And then he'll just move to a new place. He's like, he can't hold a job because he just wants to move and move and move. Wow. But now he's finally like forced to root down because he's old. It's harder to get a job the older you get in his field. And then also he has his new family, and he's kind of like super miserable and lonely without them. So whenever he uproots again and they like stay behind because he can't always take them because of the visa stuff and all that, he hates being solo now. So he kind of needs his family. So he's being stuck in Kazakhstan, which I think he's actually more fulfilled. Like, he's traveling the country in Kazakhstan. He's building friendships, probably. I mean, anywhere you go, you're going to make friends eventually. And even in Arkansas, I was making friends, and I barely have anything in common with anyone there. So, but just the Muay Thai gym, really, and at work. And yeah, it's you can spend your whole life chasing that feeling and realizing that it's never going to be like that first time you went to Thailand and you're riding a motorcycle and everything's new and you love it, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, we got some good questions here. Caden, what's up, brother? Shout out to you, sir. Join the live call that's happening on Saturday. Everyone should join that. Why aren't you picking up girls in an English-speaking country instead of choosing a place like Hungary, where not everyone speaks English? Well, most people speak English, don't they? I think most everyone speaks English here. Yeah. I'm going back to the U.S. in October. Also considering living in Florida. I really want to go this year and just check it out again. I also want to check out South America, but I want to pick up this video is resonant to me because I want to pick a base, man. Yeah. I'm tired of uprooting. I want to find one spot that I'm like, that's where my homies are. That's where I love. That's my spot. I don't know if it would be Budapest, Hungary, although this place is amazing for approaching. It's, if not the best place in the world. The question isn't exactly about dating, but what is the best way to make enough money to move out of my parents' house? I want to move to Miami for better approaching life. Have you ever been to London, Nico? If you have, how was it? I need to start traveling outside of the US more. What I would say is use your parents as a base right now. Like, use that as your base for the next amount of time. Build an online business or build some sort of business. I wouldn't build a business in the place you're living now if that's not where you want to live, but build maybe an online business or work a job, use it as a base, and then periodically take a month and live in Miami. I wouldn't just move to Miami without going there, man. Like, check it out first. What I would do is I would go to Miami, I would get a shared living for a month somewhere. I would search around, there's probably tons of co-living places, and see if you actually like it. And do that several times before deciding I'm going to try to make this my base. And yeah, I would go there first. And as far as the best way to make enough money to move out, that's a good question. That's a really good question. That's a hard question. I mean, Enrique, yeah, it's like I
don't know.
Yeah, a lot of people want to solve that problem. I mean, I'll answer that first, and then we can all answer that. What's the good job? And Enrique, come just a little closer here so I can get you in frame without getting them behind us. I would say the best job, if I had to restart right now, I would if I had to restart right now and I couldn't do approach coaching, I would do something with content still, because I think it's just a quick ticket that you can do anywhere. And I would sell some sort of product online. Like I would have some banger product or something, but I definitely would go with the route with personal branding. Like whatever it is, I would have a personal brand for sure, I think. Yeah. What about you? What do you think is the best way? That's a hard question, man. Honestly, I barely figured it out for myself. You know what? I'm going to say pick something you're good at, something the world needs, and then something that you are engaged in, that you know you can get better. Not passionate. I hate that word, passionate.
The best in there.
Something that you want to be the best in. Something that you're engaged in. You want to be the best. Something you're naturally already good at. Like if you're engaged and you want to be the best at basketball, but you're like not that good, it's like, bro, you're not going to. Don't worry. Like, play to your strengths. Yeah. Do what God gave you the ability to do. Stick to your day job a little. What would you say to that, man?
I personally, I don't know if I'd give any advice because I don't really know the context. But what I would say is, are they living with their parents? Did they say? I would say, well, like
milk it, right?
Yeah, I would say, because I said this to my little sister recently, who's about 10 years younger than me, which makes her like 4.
She's like 14.
So I'm like 14, yeah. No, so I would say, like, I know you'd probably want to get outside of your parents' house as soon as possible because you want your freedom. You know, you want to probably date and bring people back and, you know, whatever. But I would personally say to my younger self, don't rush to do that. And if there was one thing that I wish I did when I was a bit younger, was stay with my parents for longer and just any way I was making money, like any job I had, just save it and save it and save it, because it will give you such an edge over anyone else your age when like 4 or 5 years down the line, and you could be like miles ahead of someone, of other your peers or whatever. Not even that it's about that, but you could just be really ahead in life by just taking a little bit, like a couple extra years just to lock in, just to save a bit of money. Because once you start paying those bills, you're going to be paying those bills for a while.
You're just in the rat race, like especially living in a place like Miami. I mean, I did it in Orlando, but I fucking loved it. But I lived in Dallas for a year, paying like $1,500 to $2,000 a month on expenses, working a job where I'm making like $3K, and I saved like almost no money, blowing all my money on a place that I didn't even like, in a city I barely liked. And sorry about the bells, guys, if it's a bit too loud. But yeah, you're right, dude. I wish I would have just milked the structure and foundation I had that your parents have, and just make and save every penny you can, and realize that when you're 29, you're gonna wish you saved every single fucking penny.
And then invest it.
And invest it. Bro, I spent like probably $50K on travel in my early 20s. Probably more than that, maybe 50 to 100, because I made good money in my job. But why the fuck was I broke at 25 and 26 still? I had zero to show for it. I have something embarrassing to share. Yeah, man. Yeah. But these bells are so loud. Sorry, guys. Someone has a funny question.
Honestly, if you're ready to travel, you can go pretty much anywhere to make money.
Bro, and what? Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen some reels on Instagram, like going to Australia, they just save like 10,000. No, how many?
Yeah, just keep your expenses low. Like, when you're young, don't spend your fucking money. I spent probably 50 to 100K in my early 20s on bullshit. I have no idea where it went. It just disappeared. It vanished. And also, for approaching, you don't have to live in Miami. You're saying you want to live in Miami to approach, but there's so many places that are outside of Miami. Miami might not even be that good, bro. There might be better places than Miami. Miami might be good for different reasons, like networking. Like if you're going to network and learn about business, you're probably going to get way more out of, bro, like approaching. There's probably, dating life probably sucks in Miami. It's probably like a bunch of gold diggers and shit. Like really don't like, I would rethink your whole reason to even go to Miami. There's probably better reasons to go there. And bro, when I was young, my dad gave me, we helped him. So we had a house that we took care of and renovated, and my brother did a lot of the heavy lifting there, and then rented out, and then eventually sold. And my brother got most of that. Honestly, my brother and my dad gave me like 20K.
Oh, wow.
Bro, I blew that shit so fast on bullshit. Oh, wow. Because it's like, since I didn't earn it, it had no value. I mean, just travel. I went all around the country, to be fair. I've been to New York, Cali, I've been everywhere, but just like, money goes really fast. Like if you're not good at saving and you're not making good money, you're gonna lose your freedom. I'm more of a minimalist now. Like, don't spend. You don't need a lot. Like, fucking cook at home. Stop eating out all day. Be smart with your money. But yeah, you guys know that. Okay, someone said, are you guys gonna get married? You're getting old. Respectfully.
Oh man, what gave it away, man? The beard, yeah. I'd say yeah. I'd say that's been the whole game, really. Well, it's the whole game for me now. I think in the next 2, 3, 4 years, maybe. Let's see how it goes. I'm in a long-term relationship now. But also, that being said, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think marriage is necessarily should be the end goal.
That's what I'm saying. I was about to comment on that. Like,
yeah,
why are you thinking about that?
Yeah, because if you're putting marriage as like the goal before anything else,
what is that? Just a piece of paper, and then whoever, when you get divorced, half your shit goes away. What the real question, what I think you should have asked was, you're getting old. Are you gonna have kids?
Yeah.
I would have been like, you're right. Yeah, I want kids in my 30s. So, yeah.
Yeah. I would say the exact same thing. I'd say you actually I've noticed from friends that I know that are married and etc. over the years, that when you rush to get married before really building your relationship, like, yeah, okay, you can be with someone for years and say you've built your relationship, but if you rush to get married, you're basically putting like a strain in the relationship. Like, we're now married, this has to be like this and this has to be like this. Whereas like a good relationship will be one that's like you're interdependent, you're independent, but then you're also together, and it just makes for better relationships. But then when you're really ready, then get married. That's what I would say anyway. That's just from my observations in life, and I think it's not necessary, and it's fucking expensive as well. Some of these weddings and shit cost like 50, 100k. Like
it makes, and it's not even fun. I used to work weddings.
Yeah.
Working weddings made me never want to have a wedding. It was the most stressful thing for these bride and grooms. They hated it. And it was just a show to show how much they loved each other when they barely wanted to kiss each other during the photo shoots and stuff.
Yeah.
It was pretty painful to watch, actually. All right, guys, we're coming to the near end of this. How to be a digital nomad. You make money online. Facts, Nico. Airbnb has shared living, so I'll check it out. But thanks, Nico and the boys. Y'all the man. Respect. Especially Sean for explaining how living with my parents can really help. Yeah, what Sean said there was absolute gold. Shout out to you, sir. Greetings from South Africa, Nico. What is a digital nomad? I guess a digital nomad is someone who just moves around from place to place.
Who can work digitally, essentially, and be a nomad. So nomad is like, you can go anywhere you want. Digital is you're working digitally online.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the 30-minute live stream. We have a pretty epic view here. Pretty epic. A lot of gems dropped. It's been sick. Last minute questions, go ahead and drop it. It's pretty dope. Honestly, pretty sick. Pretty sick spot. Worth the €5.
Are you a top G?
Are you a top G?
Are you a top G?
Yeah.
€5. Yeah. Thank you for that.
Bottom G.
Enough yapping. I'll leave it on for a couple more minutes and just chill and relax and vibe.
Last message of the live. 3 viewers.
3 viewers.
We are leaving now. Shout out Nico.
Hey David,
being a real
what's up,
G.
brother?
Yeah.
Shout out to you, sir.
Look at this G. Yeah. He's gonna be in
You're a
shape in
G.
2 months.
You're the G.
He's gonna be unrecognizable.
It's time
Look at this thing.
to go from the bottom G to the top G.
I'm gonna get fat in 2 months.
Yeah. So he's doing
change the diet.
He's doing the bulking challenge. I'm doing the shredded challenge, and we're getting there.
My objective is 75.
Running every day. Check these out. Just bought these bad boys. Yeah,
Personal brand.
those shoes are gonna get me in shape. I just wearing them makes me skinnier. No, but I've been running every day,
Yeah.
and it's been nice.
This is
Way
becoming
too
a running
skinny
channel.
now. You need to get fat again. You're too skinny.
Someone asked, are cities better for living than than islands and stuff? I think
Island?
I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, it's like what you want, what you prefer. I actually miss living near a beach. That was pretty sick. I could not live in like a place like Canggu. I just don't like places that are too noisy and too busy. like a little bit more peace. Like Budapest is actually good middle ground. It's a little busy, but you have places like Margaret Island that are very chill, and you have places like this. So it's pretty cool.
I'm a tour guide of Budapest.
Yeah, I pretty much am a tour guide when it comes to boot camps.
Just need to
Fucking hell.
Yeah, I think that just depends. It just depends on your personality. Some people are just more fitted for the beach. Some people are just more fitted for city.
You got to actually
Not
travel a
made for
bit
the
to figure out what you like.
Made for the mountains.
But
Cold.
personally, I could never spend an extended amount of time without being able to approach. So I need to live in a decent city for approaching.
Not Montana then.
Yeah, not Montana. Eventually I would get bored. I just like, I want to talk, I want to go out. I love night game. Now, when I go out too much, I start to hate it. But when I don't go out at all, I start to miss it. So, yeah, I would never live in a place where the dating life isn't good either. You know? So,
Shave everything.
yeah. All right, here. You guys want to go down?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's do it. I'll leave it on for a little bit longer. I don't like to live stream like IRL streaming like that because it's very uncomfortable. No problem.
You good?
Here you go, Enrique.
Thank you, boys. Thank you.
You didn't even use the
Je suis ennuyeux.
charge.
Yeah, it's good. 30% now.
I guess I think I'm gonna have to turn this off, guys. I feel awkward. I'm not even yapping anymore. I don't know what to talk about. I could just start yapping, but we've been on for 40 minutes, so we've yapped enough, and
The French guy.
so much to talk about. Shout out to you guys. I'm on a quest to find a French girl right now, so I can say "Je m'appelle Croissance."
Find any French guy.
I know, what the fuck's going on? We will find one. We're shooting a video today, or this week, where we approach 25 different women from 25 different countries, and we document it. And so far, we've got about 7. So, all right, going back to where all the brokies are. Just kidding. Oh yeah. Nice, nice one. We could have just jumped this gate and got in for free.
Yeah.
Nobody's watching it.
All right, guys. Much love. Talk soon, guys. Peace and love.
Guys.
See ya. Good talk.